Okay, this is to generate the site. So the first thing is that I went to um, Google Maps, and I basically went to the world. Obviously, we needed the north orientation. Our building is this one here, so I can put it in the middle. And then what I did is just this print screen of the area, which I have already. So that's great. Um, Once you have the print screen, what matters in that print screen is that you get this particular dimension of 200 feet on the bottom. If you don't have that after you do the print screen, it's worthless because we need to scale this in the drawing, in the interface of Rhino. So we go to Rhino in a new um, file. So say Control N, new, or you start. You would use the large objects feet in inches. It's a large object, it's a building, so that makes sense. So when I work on the top view, just go to units to triple check that we are under feet and then feet in inches. That's correct. If not, you can change that now, but don't continue if you don't have those units as described here. Okay, so now we need to bring that image. So there's a command picture pick, and then I have a bunch of information about the site. And one of them is when I mentioned a print screen with the 200 feet there, so I can say open. You can place that no matter how big it is, doesn't really matter. As long as you can see the 200 feet there and you can select it. What we can do is just place it already in layers. Say something like change object layer and say image, something like that. And what we're going to do is scale this. The first thing we need to do. Scale, let's see. Gonna come down here. We're gonna click first on the left side of the 200. And then we're gonna click 2 times, but orthogonal. So we can do ortho here or press shift. Click on the second right side. And then type 200 feet, a symbol feet. Press enter. To triple check that everything is good, we can go to the drafting toolbars and say horizontal and say click here. And click here. And we can go to the properties, dimensions, just make sure we're at 4-inch architectural. So it's 206. Okay, it's not going to be exact because it's it's a raster based, not going to be precise, but we know this is working. If you were obviously going to do this in a precise way, you need to go and measure the site with a more controlled system. Not, but this is a great tool to start ideas in a given site. Okay, so now we know it's a scale. So what we can do is select the whole thing, the image and the dimensions, say move M. I'm going to take this corner, click once, and I'm going to press 0 to send that point to the 0, 0 coordinate. I'm also going to say rotate these two guys. I'm going to say enter, press 0 to go to the same origin point. This allows me to rotate. Now it is an ortho, so we don't want that. Click the ortho out, and we're going to do just as best as we can that angle of the building. Click once, and then take it to the ortho. You can do shift, or you can press ortho again, whatever is best for you. If you click that, that sounds good. At this point, we can just lock the image. We can do a couple of lines, for example, from 0 up and 0 from here. Okay, so that's pretty much what it is. We can do a rectangle as well. Click there, just 0, 0, and as best as we can on the edges of the building. Now, this is the cantilever of the roof. Let me see if we can find that roof somewhere. Yeah. So I thought that it could be around 4 feet cantilevers, the roof from the facade of the building. So what we can do is an offset of 4 feet. Press that towards the interior and take that to another layer and call that building, maybe facade. And then the exterior, we could do right click, such a layer, building roof. Oh, so now everything's different layers. You can select the whole thing, maybe even. So we can move also the image, select everything, move, press 0. No, actually we don't press 0, sorry. We go to the new 0 because we want that to be 0. Not this one that is now. So click here and now we press 0. It will go there. Okay. Okay, now let's make sure we lock this. We can turn it off. Take a look at things. The red line. We can get rid of these two lines that were working lines. We have a rectangle that is the roof in blue. It's offset from 0, 0. We can even turn it off. We don't really need it too much, but it's a good preference. And then the building facade is the one that matters to us. Okay. Can go to the control tab to see this. Nice. Okay. So it's in the 0, 0. That's very important. And now what we're going to do is build this thing. We're going to do this approximately, so it's not precise, but what we're going to do is an extrusion first and then a Boolean difference. You will see how that works. I'm going to do a line vertical, which is this option, V. I'm going to do 36 feet. Click. Okay, I'm going to do another one here. Vertical. Or we can just copy this, CO. I can do another line from here to here. I can do another line vertical. I'm going to do 16 feet. And I'm going to do this line and press enter again, that line. So delete those guys. So we have basically this set of lines. I'm going to do another line here and join J so that I can extrude. Okay. So that I can get rid of this line. This is the more or less the general volume, but we have a little tricky thing, which is that little pitch on the front. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do something we haven't done much, which I think is important to know, is to change the C-plane. We can go to Command C-plane, use 3 points. Let me see if I can make this smaller. 3-point option, click, 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 and it creates a 3-point C-plane. That's like changing the floor from being horizontal to being vertical. So whatever, to being vertical, so whatever lines that you do, you're doing them in this floor now, which is sometimes great to work this way. So I'm going to do a line, and I'm going to do from that point 360, 36 feet, click. I'm going to do now, I don't have to do vertical because I'm working on that plane. I'm going to do 16 feet vertical, and then close that. I don't really need these curves. What I need is that, so I can go to see what I have done. It's basically that line right there. Okay. This is the dimension as 36 horizontal, 16, which is the same as the roof height that we have. Then I'm going to do a line. And again, we're working with a C-plane today, so I can do just any big volume. I can use the smart track if you don't have them to stay there for a second and bring it there. And then another line here and join those curves. I can extrude this and I can use it to bring it back. So this is what I did. So it's a volume that I can use as Boolean difference and trim that little corner. But we have also on the other side. So what I'm going to do is mirror, no? Mirror, go to the middle point, mid, perpendicular, and copy, goes to there, and then Boolean difference, select this one, enter, select, select, and you remove those. Okay, so that's more or less what we need. What I recommend is that we turn the C-plane to the top. Command C-plane, say world top. So it goes to where it should be, more or less, and then put some dimensions using the drafting tools. For example, from the top view, I can do some vertical. here and here. I'm gonna take those to different layer, the dimensions. Okay, I'm gonna go horizontal, here to here. I can also just click here. So whatever I do it in that layer, 72. Now those dimensions are kind of weird because they come from a scale process. Again, if you need those to be more precise, they would be generated, with a specific, more technical tool. So I'm going to go to a front view. I'm going to do also vertical dimensions. Go. And vertical dimensions from here to there. Okay. So you need to change the style. You can do that. You can also change the scale of those in the properties, dimensions, and say height. Say 1 or 0.8 or 0.5, whatever it is that needs to be. So it's a bit smaller and nice. So it's 16 feet this dimension, 36. Go to the 3D. The dimension should be more or less this. Yours might be slightly different, as long as kind of you work with those numbers more specifically, you're fine throughout the semester. So this year, project base, so I have select the base. I will actually go to layers, take it to another layer, and call that something like base project. I will make that a specific, more powerful color. And there we go. This is going to be the site that we're working on from here on. So panel 1, panel 2, and panel 3, which are phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, described in the syllabus and in the schedule by the professors. Okay. Important to save, of course. Make sure you give it a proper logical name, project base project. Put in a particular folder, then you know where to find it. And this is how you will start the coming projects. Okay. Save. And moving on.